Welcome to Divorce Diaries Show Podcast. I'm Michelle Traina, the creator of Divorce Diaries. And yes, my phone has enough storage my laptop to record this. I was trying to do, I always do the video live on Zoom now. And as you can see, my laundry is in the background. And those beautiful flowers from my friends who came to the Divorce Diaries birthday edition. And a robe. It's also actually laundry that's clean, but I need to fold it. So welcome. I am so happy to be here and sharing my journey with you. And my coffee is the second cup today. Because I got up very early to record with the one, the only Jennifer Divorce Chick, her Divorce Chick tribe. She's out in South Africa. Very amazing woman. I love her. It's been a busy weekend. I had 4 gigs. And technically it was 3 gigs with 1 film festival. So I like to say 4. And I got everything done and I need to get done. Very happy. The experiences were great. I felt like my stand-up is getting better. My birthday is Wednesday. So I'm turning 41. And I'm super grateful for the journey that has been happening with the pilot, hitting more film festivals. It was a Naked Mountain Film Festival this weekend. With my producer, we, just growing and expanding, or we have an investors meeting next month when I perform Divorce Diaries in Chicago, November 26th. We're going to be filming we're going to be filming. Will be Danny Reyes will be my director, and David Voxmullen, the producer, will be filming a live Divorce Diaries to put up on Amazon Prime. So I'm very excited. I have like smudge on my computer screen. Gross. Okay. Very excited about that. So if you're in the Chicago area, please go get your tickets November 26th. If you're in Chicago, go get your ticket because I'm going to be in Chicago, not just the greater Chicago area, inside Chicago. I'm going to be deep inside Chicago, like a deep dish pizza, sauce, cheese. And when you take a bite of me, it's going to be real wet because it has sauce on it. Okay, there we go. So what I am thinking about has been on my mind for, I guess, the last 24 hours, and I'm obsessing about it a little bit, which I need to chill the fuck out about. How do I let things happen, right? Like I can't just let things happen. I'm a doer. I want answers. I want actions. I want things to move along. And as an actor and as an entrepreneur, like you can do a lot of things and you'll start to see action. You can do 100 things and you'll start to see small things happening, right? But when you date somebody or when you're talking to somebody, that's not the case. I feel like you just have to kind of let it happen. Everyone keeps saying to me, just let it happen. And I'm like, I am fucking too impatient to let shit happen. I also don't like not knowing, like, what's the deal? And then if my gut is telling me something's not right, then I start to feel sad. And then I'm like, well, now I really want answers to see if my gut is right. Oh, how ridiculous. I don't know. So with that said, you have to trust your gut, right? And we go off our gut all the time. I had a birthday show on Friday, Divorce Diaries birthday edition. It went well. And everything, you have fears. So that's one thing, but then I don't feel like that's your gut, right? Because I was so nervous about certain things. Sometimes I get anxiety driving. I had to drive long hours on Saturday. I had to drive back and forth from Central Jersey to New York City, then down to South Jersey, then back up to North Jersey. So it was a lot of driving. And sometimes I get nervous when I have to drive, especially at night. So I get a little anxiety about that. But then I let it go. And I said, you are living your life the way you want to live it. You are pursuing your goals. You love creating content and storytelling and theater and acting and comedy, and you're doing that on a daily basis. So enjoy it and breathe. So I did, and here we go. There goes my computer is now failing on me. I can see it. It's almost about to force to quit. Damn it. Okay. So my computer has no storage left because it's like a freaking 800 big megabytes or gigabyte. It's something small. But hopefully we can keep recording this and it's not going to stop. So it's my birthday, as I said like 500 times already. And I really want to push this idea out where gratitude, right? Talked about it before, practicing gratitude. What does that look like? What does that feel like? I've been sitting and staring outside my window, and I've shown you guys my window. This is first of all, it's a rainy day, so you guys can see it. And I stare at my window and I put all the energy into from my body into the body of the world, I guess, the universe, in what I want. And if I have fears or anxieties, I try to push that out too and ask for something specific, right? And I do that too in the shower. I do like a candle and I set an intention. I blow out the candle and put that intention into blowing out the candle, or I put it into the candle, I should say, right? As I blow out the candle. Now, I have a couple of things. Obviously, I want my craft to get stronger and make people laugh and be really funny. I want my daughter to be healthy. I want myself to be healthy, my family to be healthy. And I obviously want, the show Divorce Diaries to be on a network, to be on a streaming platform. I mean, that's the goal, to have a TV series with this concept. With that said, I always do want love. I think I've talked about like wanting this great love, right? Like I met a comedian this weekend where he's like, yeah, me and my girlfriend are kind of like just roommates now. And I was like so depressed to hear that, because it was like one of many times I heard that this weekend. But the relationship with another person was like roommates, or they're getting divorced. And there's nothing wrong with the getting divorced part if they're moving on to healthier things. But then I also thought to myself, well, won't that suck to be in a new relationship and then eventually that relationship ends? Like, I don't want my relationship to end. I want it to be like happily ever after. But I think that it's hard for me to understand that just may not exist, that is the ebb and flow of time. I mean, for my parents, it did, but I think it's different than what we think it is when we actually have it and when we feel it. Because I'm a very sexual person, I'm very sensual, and I want to be banged all the day. Like, I want to have sex with a guy 3 times a day. And I haven't really had, like, when I was dating certain people, I had that sort of, but not like wake up sex and like in the middle of the night sex. Like, oh, I'm dying for in the middle of the night sex. I haven't found that right. Like, the one guy I did have really good emotional intimacy with was a disaster, and he couldn't sleep over. So that's a whole other story. Um, you know, because he had a thing called a wife, and that was horrible, and I'm so ashamed. And it was stupid. And also, I shouldn't say it was great emotional intimacy, because it was all a lie on his end. So I don't know. It sucks. I mean, I did feel like with the producer, we had good connection, that if we continued to get to know each other in a dating sense, we probably would have had great sex. But I don't know. Like, he fucking hurt me afterwards. So my thing is, like, I want to find that great sex, that companionship, the laughter, the traveling, the food, work, like even like creating together. I want that. But I want, my show to be on a network, and my daughter, my health and wealth to be first, because I feel like that serves more than like these relationships sometimes. I'm talking to a new guy. I talked about him on the last episode, and we're not dating or anything. We're just talking, but we hung out last week and it was really nice. And now I'm honestly, to be very frank with you, frank with everybody listening, I'm confused. I don't know if he actually does like me. I think he likes me like enough to talk to me and respond. I just have like, I'm kind of confused. I have gotten a lot of people say, well, you read too much into things, or, you don't let it happen. And part of me was feeling like in the beginning, I'm like, oh, he kind of likes me. And now, and it's not that this is not still the beginning, but now I'm a little like confused. I was like, okay, so does he have me like sectioned off in his brain as like just this person he's going to keep talking to, and whatever happens? Or is he clearly not interested and feels bad to not talk to me anymore? I don't know why he wouldn't be interested, but I feel like he needs to ask me out. I kind of said that the last time to him. I don't want to say it again because it's going to sound really obnoxious, and I'm going to want to bury myself in the backyard. But yeah, so I'll just say to everybody who's listening to my podcast, which he listens to my podcast too. So hopefully he won't listen to this before the end of the week. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. I guess I'm just confused. I've been sending a little bit of flirty messages, and maybe I should stop. Because I don't know if he actually means it back, because he doesn't really respond back to them. Like, I sent him a virtual hug last night and he didn't say anything to it. That is not a good sign. When you send somebody a virtual hug and they don't reply to it, it's like, oh, good Lord. All right. Well, so I think, and there's also this feeling that I'm getting, like a gut feeling that something's a little off. Something feels a little off. Something feels like it's shifted a little bit. And I got no clue what I would have done to shift it, because I always tend to put the blame on myself because I'm a little reactive, a little emotional, a little sensitive, a little needy, a little intense. But that's it, I don't know. I'm starting to feel a little bummed. I don't know why. I'm starting to feel a little bummed, and I don't know why. And I don't know why I feel that way. So that's what I think. I'm like, well, why am I feeling this way? Something is going on with him that I don't know about, because I have intuition and I have feelings. I get feelings around the universe, around the space, whatever you want to call it. And most of the time, those feelings are correct. Other times they're gas, but I don't have gas right now. So it's my birthday on Wednesday. So we'll see what happens this week. I think that, life is hectic. I'm in my 40s, this guy's in his 40s too. So like stuff happens with our families, with our friends, with our colleagues, and it's not ever going to get easier, So, because people used to say to me, even when I was, I forgot what was dating that cop, they're like, well, he's got his family, his kids, you got to understand, or his one kid and his mom, and he's like, people are busy. They have to take care of their family. I'm like, I'm taking care of my family, and I'm doing all these other things. Like, if you like a person, no matter what's going on in your life, you're going to find time to not just talk with them, but to be with them, because that person makes your day brighter. I mean, that's how I look at it. Like when people say, well, I don't have time for a relationship, or I don't have time because of all this going on, it's just because they don't want to, that relationship or that person's not fueling them in the way that they need. You know what I mean? Like, you don't stop working out or stop making coffee if somebody is in your life, is sick or needs you, or is getting a divorce or something like that, right? You still do the rituals that serve you. So when am I going to be a ritual for the guy that I really like? Does this make sense? I hope so. Just some thoughts. When am I going to be a ritual for love? Well, no. When is Michelle going to be a ritual for somebody's daily life? And I guess vice versa with me. And I mean somebody as in like a man, a partner. I'm not really into women, so I don't know if that's not going to be the road that I take. I wish I could kind of experiment, but I don't want to. So like, that's it. I think it's just men, We'll see what happens. I'll see how the week plays out with everything, work related, and I guess this new guy. I don't know. I guess I'm a little confused. But I'm hoping to be not let that get, kind of get stuck in my brain, and I'm trying very hard to just let things happen. So with that said, I hope you let this happen. I hope you bring yourself to one of my upcoming Divorce Diaries shows, because this past week was so freaking awesome. This past weekend, it definitely both, the producer of the one show I did on Saturday night, and then people who came to see Divorce Diaries on Friday night, they're like, oh my God, this has gotten so much better. So good. You're so funny. I was like, yes, finally, my shit's paying off. Not finally, but when your craft is paying off, when you're practicing your craft for so long and it pays off, it feels really good inside. And then one of my favorite motivational speakers and podcasters and entrepreneurs, Ed Milet, just received a text from him, and it says, sometimes the most profound thoughts come from the simplest moments. Recognize those moments. Stop doing what you're doing. Open your eyes, your ears, and your heart. Thanks, Ed Milet. And on that note, keep living your happily divorced afterlife. Stay tuned for more. I am Michelle Trena, and this is Divorce Diaries.